they told me about all these beetle nut.
The beetle nut girls?
The beetle nut girls.
There's less of them now, right?
Well, I have never seen one. And that's the thing, I joke with her about this. She's not like, you told me about this, and it's part of the reason I came. And then the first weekend we were back in South Africa, we were walking around in the mall, and we were like shocked. 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Closing.
Closing. It's like, what do we just...
How Taiwanese would react if they suddenly close shop everywhere at 3 p.m. I think there'd be a civil war.
It would be.
Cole Fogle here. I am here with, what's your name, sir?
Mike Geldenes.
You're from?
South Africa.
What part of South Africa are you from?
I'm originally from Joburg.
So
Johannesburg.
Johannesburg, okay. What brought you to Taiwan?
Well, originally...
And what year was it?
That was...
Originally?
2012.
Ah, the end of the world.
The end of the world.
As people thought, but here we are.
Here we are.
The Mayans got it wrong, I guess.
My wife came to Taiwan just after university. So she was here from 2003 to 2006.
Oh, wow, okay.
Just after university. She came with a friend because the friend's brother was already staying in Taiwan. So then they went back, we kind of met, and just one day out of the blue she said, you know what, she'd like to go back to Taiwan.
Oh, okay, so you met when she went back to South Africa.
Yes, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, did you meet here or did you meet?
No,
because you're both South African.
Yes.
And she's also from Johannesburg?
She's actually from the Western Cape, and that is where we live now.
Do you like where you're living, or would you rather go back to your roots of Johannesburg?
No, definitely not. There's no question about it. Where we live now is absolute bliss. I mean, you can walk 1 kilometer down to the beach.
Yeah.
On a daily basis, you'll see the dolphins.
Oh.
I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, from July to November, because it's kind of a bay, the southern right whales have their bay.
Oh, so you get to see whales?
You run on the strip next to the beach, and on a good day, you'll see 22 whales sitting just in the bay.
Oh, sounds lovely.
Yeah. How I met my wife was, I helped an old school friend move, and she moved in with my wife. So, and then we met, and the two of them kind of like talking, and they just said, you know what, they would like to go back. And at that stage, I was already 10 years in corporate at a telecommunications company.
You were ready to leave.
I was ready to leave.
You were married at this point, or just boyfriend and girlfriend?
We met 2011.
Oh, 2011, okay.
Yeah. And we only dated for 6-7 months.
Wow, and you got married after that?
Yeah.
And
then not even long after that, there were these ideas about Taiwan, and I immediately jumped on it. I said,
cool.
yeah, let's do it.
You were ready to get rid of the corporate thing.
Corporate life thing. And we hopped on a plane, and then we came here 2012.
Okay. So, oh, wow. So you were like married after 6 months, like 2011, and then 12 you were here.
12 we were here.
So quick.
Yeah. And I just love everything about Taiwan. I really enjoyed it, and I loved every bit of it. So we were here even for 6.5 years.
So from 2012
to 18, yeah.
What made you decide to leave Taiwan in 2018?
Initially, the plan was only to stay for 3 years.
It's always like that, right? I think those of us that have lived here a long time.
Yeah, so we planned to stay for 3 years.
Yeah.
But then the whole APRC extension thing came in. So if you could, normally you had to live within Taiwan for 186 odd days to keep the APRC.
Gotcha.
But then the ruling came in that, you know what, you only have to come back once every 5 years.
Oh.
And then to keep the APRC.
That's really nice of
That is very nice. So we decided, you know what, it's an absolute no-brainer.
Yeah.
It was just stay on a little longer. And to get the APRC.
Yeah, no, I think it's worth it to have that.
Definitely.
What was your impression of Taiwan through your wife's eyes before you came here? Did she ever paint a picture for you and then you came here and she was accurate about her thoughts, or you saw it differently than the way you imagined it?
I think she was even shocked about the change in the 6 years that she was away.
Yeah.
Because her friend and herself, they told me all these stories about, you know, everybody is so short. It's like
there's a lot of tall people here, actually.
But she said she was shocked how it changed in the 6 years that she was away.
Yeah.
She went to concerts and she was standing there and she was like a head taller than even the male.
I mean, I seem to recall, I've met your wife, she is quite tall though.
Yeah,
right?
she's not much shorter than what I am.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know what, everybody is so short. And then when I got here, it's like, Hell no, that's like
So I don't. Yeah, people are taller now.
way taller.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was an immediate thing that I thought, well, this is not the picture that was painted. When we came.
Okay. So the height of people.
Yeah, yeah. And then the one thing I joke with her the most is they told me about all these beetle nut.
Like beetle nut girls.
The beetle nut girls.
There's less of them now, right?
Well, I have never seen one. They told me about they're sitting in these little glass boxes with just underwear and
you never got to see that.
No, it's like, and that's the thing I joke with her about this. She's not like, you told me about this, and it's part of the reason I came, and then.
When I came here in 1999, yes,
wow, okay.
she's right. They were everywhere, and it was like, if you're a single guy, you're driving by, it's dangerous. You're gonna crash into the Bing Long stand. Yeah, it is less now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that was like kind of a unique part of the culture here, the whole Bing Long girls thing.
Yes, yeah.
It was just one of those like cultural sort of things. Okay, so you missed out on that. Is there anything, after all these years of knowing Taiwan and now you're visiting, so it's probably even more relaxed than living here because it's a holiday, is there anything you can't get used to?
You know what? I think the one thing that still shocks me is when you come here and you walk on the night market and you get that stinky tofu smell. Stinky tofu smell. Yeah, it's something I haven't been able to get used to.
Do you eat stinky tofu?
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'll try absolutely everything.
That's
I
cool,
mean,
yeah.
So it's.
But do you
I won't eat it on a regular. No, I
you
won't.
don't crave it.
No.
But you'll have it once in a blue
I'll
moon.
have it if somebody gives it to me.
Right.
Or eat it.
It took me years to get used to it, and then I actually like it now.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have it it's not healthy, so I don't have it very often.
Okay,
But
yeah. You know, it is amazing, the musical garbage trucks. Because in South Africa, you'd sit at home and then you'd hear the song, but you associate that with an ice cream truck. Immediately within you, it's like that inner child.
Yeah.
Hey, ice cream, woo, let's
Yeah.
go. And then it's like garbage. Which is quite interesting. And then obviously the heat or the humidity.
is it a dry hot where you're from?
Very, yeah. So temperature-wise, it's very much the same as Taiwan. But I mean, humidity just makes it totally different. Totally different.
Like your skin is melting.
Yeah. And before I met my wife, I never really traveled. When we got married, we went to India for our honeymoon. So there you kind of experience the same kind of humidity. And that's the thing that I love most about being in Taiwan, is just the ease of visiting other countries and traveling.
It's a good hub.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
It is amazing. Yeah. So I kind of got to experience, traveling around the world a bit more. And now being back in South Africa, it's a bit more difficult.
I wanted to ask, after being here for what, 6 years?
6.5 years.
6.5 years. Did you have like reverse culture shock going home at all, or was it just easy to fall back into life at home?
I won't say culture shock.
Yeah.
It's just that, especially the Western Cape, everything is so laid back.
Oh,
it is.
That sounds lovely.
Very, very laid back. So it's kind of like that first year. It's kind of like you kind of just want to.
Where's the night market?
You want to do something. It's like, oh. So that is a bit of a difference. So it's very like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah.
But yeah. That was the biggest adjustment.
I'm surprised because I feel like Kaohsiung and Kaohsiung, compared to like Taipei or other part, it's pretty laid back here.
Because everything in Kaohsiung is kind of like city life.
It is, yeah.
And I mean, here, if still at 12 o'clock at night, if you want a coffee or
I love
whatever,
it.
you walk to 7-Eleven and everything you want is. So there, obviously, it's not the same.
And people get impatient here, I think, because they don't realize how the convenience here.
I mean, for example, the first weekend we were back in South Africa, we were walking around in the mall, and we were like shocked. 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Closing.
Closing. It's like, what we just?
People
not a 24-hour on the go, all the time.
Yeah.
Lifestyle.
Can you imagine how Taiwanese would react if they suddenly close shop everywhere at 3 p.m.? I think there'd be a civil war.
It would be.
Civil war in Taiwan. Shops are closing at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
The place that we met when you were moving back in 2018, you had a board game cafe.
Yes, yeah. I kind of like got into the whole board game thing when I met her, but here it was like, wow, it's an entire universe of its own.
So you brought your hobby into a business, is what you're saying.
So yeah, and we kind of just, that would be cool to do something like that.
Cool.
And then we opened the board game cafe, and it was near the university in Nancy.
Yeah,
So there was quite a lot of students coming in.
Was it challenging as two foreigners to open up a business? Because you often have a Taiwanese
partner. Or
partner helping with just the language and all that, or it was easy to do?
Actually, it was pretty easy to do.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, so somebody just gave us the info, and everybody was always so helpful to just like get stuff done. So
Cool.
no, it wasn't that difficult. Well, there's still quite a few bucket list hikes in Taiwan that I have to come back for.
Do you have one that you can mention, or two?
The one, well, I don't know what the name would be in Chinese, but it's the Meteor Lake.
Oh,
yeah!
I keep seeing Instagram pictures of that.
I so want to go and do that.
I'm so jealous of, like, it looks so beautiful.
So, I mean, I've always enjoyed hiking, so at least I've gotten to do Jade Mountain and a couple of other peaks and that. So, but there are still quite a few that I
Have you done Beidao-san in Pindong?
I actually have not.
Oh God, that should add that to your list. That's
because I know it's the highest one here in the south.
We started at midnight.
Oh, okay.
We kept going to the top and then back to the bottom. It was bad. I don't recommend it. I got altitude sickness because it was just too much up and down and sleep deprivation. So it was. I recommend sleeping one night up there.
Okay. You know, I actually think the one thing that Taiwan kind of taught me the most is, funny enough, financially. It is just when you get here, it's debt-free. You can't get something like a credit card, or you can't just do whatever you want because you're like a visitor in a different country. And I kind of like try to adopt that back home as well. Yeah.
Any final words of wisdom or anything you would like to say to anyone watching, something that inspires you that you would want to share to inspire others?
Go out and try anything, you know, new experiences. How else are we going to learn what we like or what do we enjoy or whatever? And I actually spoke to a bunch of kids last night, just asking them to do something silly. It is, the first reaction is like, what is everybody else going to think? And it's kind of like looking around, and then maybe one kid will raise their hand, and then you'll see everybody start popping up.
Force yourself to be uncomfortable is actually a great way to grow as a human being.
Exactly.
I hope you enjoy this chat here with Mike, and I look forward to hearing more about your adventures in life and see you when you come back on your next.
It was great being here, and like I said, I love it here, so it's always nice to come and visit. And it was such a pleasure just bumping into you.
Oh, I was really happy to see you. Yeah, you know, there's some people you don't want to bump into, but I'm like, no, I like this guy. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Get out, have an adventure, have a challenge.
Definitely, go out, try something new, and push yourself.